Hopeless by Roy Lichtenstein, Nia Barra, and Brooke Gropey.
We decided to research this piece and make a presentation about it because it really appealed to both of us, and it was just aesthetically pleasing for the Benday dots. It was just really interesting to look at. Roy Lichtenstein. His first paintings were from comic strips. He made more than 5,000 paintings, prints, drawings, sculptures, and murals combined. He was born on October 27, 1923 in New York City, New York. Then he studied paintings and drawings at the Art Students League of New York. Then he was drafted into World War II in February of 1943, then sent to Europe after camp in 1945, then to Paris later that year. He was discharged from the war after his father died. He then continued school and later met his wife. He began working on his series in the late 1940s and early 1950s.
The painting Hopeless was created in 1963. It was made with acrylic and oil paint on canvas. It measures at about 111 by 111 centimeters and is displayed at the Kunstmuseum Basel in Germany. It is a part of the unheroic series where the subjects are supposed to appeal to the male ego.
Hopeless was based off of this painting right here. This was the comic panel that the painting was derived and inspired by. It was made by Tony Abruzos from Run for Love in Secret Hearts number 82 from November 1962, published by DC Comics. Secret Hearts was also one of the main contributors and inspirations for most of his other works in the series. He created unheroic figures for the male ego.
During 1962, it was very melodramatic and romantic, especially in America. So, Roy Lichtenstein pokes fun at this melodramatic and romantics that were everywhere at the time. He takes these comics and then he makes this comic art that is slightly ridiculous and draws his own vibrant colors as satire, in a way. By exaggerating the details of the painting, it can have people view the whole thing more overly dramatic than it was originally intended.
The element of art of Hopeless. This painting has very thick outlines in a similar style to a comic book character. The form of the woman in the painting is laying down horizontally, so it's hard to see the full shape of her body since only her face is in the painting. The negative space in this painting is just a single color with no detail. The painting has very vibrant and cartoonish colors, similar to a comic book. This way this art is painted gives it a unique looking texture, so it doesn't just look like it would be smooth. Formal analysis continued. Elements of beliefs. Lichtenstein's beliefs of pop art is merging popular and mass culture with fine art while interjecting humor, irony, and recognizable imagery into the mix. For instance, Hopeless comes from the issue Run for Love from the Secret Hearts series. Most of his works are from the Run for Love issue. In general, the belief of pop art in America was to produce work that was generally more bold and aggressive. This is seen a lot in Lichtenstein's.
The legacy of Roy Lichtenstein's Hopeless. The painting Hopeless was a huge contribution to contemporary art. The use of the populist iconography expanded the definition of art, and it was relevant to the development of visual art. By creating pop versions of painting, it became more modern. and when people think of comic book art, they think of Hopeless. Our final reflections. Roy Lichtenstein was drafted into World War II. During this time, he went to Europe, which all of this, with the culture of Europe and the war, most likely inspired his art afterwards that he started doing. Roy Lichtenstein had a unique comic book printing style. Not only that, but he also used Ben-Day dots instead of just regular painting. Roy Lichtenstein used other people's works as a base for his own. Instead of theirs, he uses exaggerated and vibrant colors to poke fun at the overly dramatic. All of this was a huge contribution to contemporary art.
Sources. We got many different sources from the Element of Art, biography, The Hopeless by Roy Lichtenstein, and Roy Lichtenstein 1923 to 1997.